Hello, and welcome to today's show. I've been having a lot of trial and error, and that's one of the reasons why my video is taking so long to get out, my next video. Today we're going to talk about my latest submission to CGC, 9.6 or better, and the rest gets rejected. So I got 17 9/8s and 3 rejections, and I think I got 7 9/6s. So let's go through them. So we got another. You might see me looking at my screen a lot. I'm just checking for lag. I've been getting a lot of lag spikes lately. It's really been putting a big damper on the next video. So X-Men #1. This is the poster fold-out collector edition. This is $56 value. Last sold on eBay. It's up $13. That can't be right. It's around $60, let's say. 9/8. I think the comic crush, I think it's finally hit rock bottom. I've noticed a few books slowly starting to make a comeback. This is the only downer of the collection, of the submission. X-Men #1 got a 9/6. Whatever, it is what it is. It's at least a $30 value, so I'm breaking even. Maybe losing $10 because the book's probably worth $10, but whatever. Remember, I'm going to school. This is my school. And I'm doing pretty damn good. Another X-Men #1, 9/8. Here's another one, 9/8. Wowzers. Let me fix that folder. There we go, that should do. Yeah, I put these at a $50 value, 9/8s. They're dropping a little bit, but they're still holding. Spider-Man #1, Todd McFarlane art. What do I put that at? $70. Gold edition, 9/8, $100. US, sold as on eBay. I'm not including the shipping. That's just the sale of the auction, or the buy it now. X-Force #2. Second appearance of Deadpool. 9/8, $80 value. Here's another Omega Man #3. This is my second one submitted. They both got a 9/6. I'm very happy with that. $150 value. Is that a police car, siren, blah blah blah? Yeah, it is. I'm just gonna keep it at that. Call it a mini jackpot. Punisher #1, direct edition, 9/8. This one was a no-brainer. I didn't have to do much work to it. I just pressed it, and I don't think I did any ironwork. Yes, you should press every book before you send it in. I pressed them myself. I didn't want to pay the fee to get CGC, which I'm not going to go there. But I didn't want to pay the fee, so I learned how to press myself, and it's super easy. You need a little bit of patience and let time take its course. And it's super easy. Darkhawk #1, $80 value. Darkhawk. This came out in, it's $100 value. $100 value, direct edition. This came out in 1991. Bought this off the shelf myself as I was a kid. I got some X-Men's I got graded. I bought a collection in Port Coquitlam for $800. It was a half box. And it had an amazing Spidey 300 in it, which I might have got signed by Todd McFarlane, but that's a different story. Anyway, the X-Men's were really nice. I couldn't say no to the collection. I think there's an X-Men 94 in there as well, but it's not a 9/8. Maybe an 8/0 or something. But at a 9/8, that X-Men 94 is a $2,000 book. Crazy. Sold as guaranteed sale. X-Men 156, 9.6 grade. I was quite happy with that. $70 value. It's up 20 bucks in the last month or so. So this is an example of is the comet crash over? I think it is. Either that or it's hit rock bottom. If you guys are interested in purchasing any books on eBay or wherever you're shopping, I highly recommend you better grab it before the prices start going up. I think we're at rock bottom. X-Men 234 Newsstand Edition. Beautiful case. 9.8. I know, I remember working on this book. I got a spine tick here, I can see it still. It is flat, but you can see a small wave to it. And there's an ever so microscopic spine tick there. Oh, there's another one there. Microscopic. But I remember working on this. I think I ironed it twice, 2-3 times, and pressed it 2-3 times. The trick in ironing is just like pressing. You moisturize the book, and then you run the iron down the spine. So, so you get a cotton swab. The wife or girlfriend will have these. Moisturize it. And then you hold it on the spot you want to iron for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you iron it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And the ironing will take the moisture out of the book. And then you work the iron up and down the spine. If you don't have a bed sheet on it, you're just using the metal iron, then you're going to need wax paper. And you put the wax paper on and then the iron on so you don't scratch the book or anything. And then you just hold it there and you heat the creases and they'll flatten out. Most of the time they'll flatten out. Sometimes they're stubborn. But look at that. Wow, beautiful. I can't believe I got a 9.8 on this. 234 X-Men 234 Newsstand Edition. I couldn't find on eBay. Direct Edition sells for 130 bucks guaranteed at a 9.8 on eBay. So I'm tacking another 100 bucks on this. So it's a $230 book. Mini jackpot. If I sold that raw, I'd probably get 20 bucks for it. So you can understand the profit. Once I tell you that, maybe 40 bucks. I'm sure it won't go over 50. First appearance is Sinister, X-Men 239, Newsstand Edition, 9.6. That's so awesome. I remember working on this book like crazy. Yeah, so Newsstand Edition. It's a $150 book at a 9.6. I got a microscopic crease here. There's still a little bit of wave to that one, and that's all I can see. I see 2 ever so microscopic spine ticks there, but they are so tiny. They were really hard to get out. Corners are sharp. Back of the book, pretty sharp. I thought I would get a 9.4 with this, but I got the 9.6. Super happy. I love that cover. That's a keeper. I'm keeping that one because it's a newsstand. I love it. Amazing Spidey 191 Newsstand Edition, but back in this day they were on newsstand. Yay, no lag. This video should come out good. So when I tethered my webcam, when I tethered my iPhone to the computer to work as a webcam, but that connection is through Wi-Fi, and that's why I think I was lagging out before. I was loading up the Wi-Fi too much. But my cell phone right now is on the data network, and I got so many gigs, I'm not even worried about that. But that's using the data connection, the cell phone, and the computer's on Wi-Fi. So let's hope this video is going to be lag-free. Amazing Spidey 191. Yeah, beautiful. $270 sale on eBay in January 2024. Beautiful. Jackpot. Mini jackpot. Let's call it a mini jackpot. Yay. Awesome. 9.8. I love it. Amazing Spidey 246. I finally got a Canadian variant at a 9.6 or better newsstand. I bought this off. I remember this. This is part of my collection. I bought this off the Mac store. I was living in Champlain Heights. I went to the Mac store all the time. They had a swivel rack with comics, and they sold a lot of Amazing Spideys, and that's where I was getting a lot of my Spideys from. And I took it home, bagged it, and bought it right away when I was a kid. I must have been. That's when I bought my first car. Must have been about 16 years old. This came out. Amazing Spidey 246, 1983. 1983, 75 cents. Awesome. Canadian price variant. It even says that on the label. Canadian price variant. Newsstand. That's so awesome. So, $150 direct edition. $150 sold as on eBay, the direct edition. So beef it up because it's a newsstand. Let's say $100. Canadian price variant. Let's add another 100. So this could easily be a $350 book at a 9.6. Because a 9.6. Oh, I could be wrong. I priced it at $150. Canadian price variant. $150 for direct edition. No, I am right. So let's just call it a $250 book. Let's do $250. Yeah. It could be worth more. 1, 2, 3, 4 minor spine ticks on the back. 5. Is there a wave in there? I don't know. After they seal the book, sometimes it creates a wave. I don't think you can help that. Corners are sharp. Yeah, corners are sharp. Gorgeous book. Beautiful. I'm very happy, super happy with that. Especially as I was getting all my rejections from that other Spidey newsstand Canadian price variant. I couldn't get the 9.6 on that. I was working 4 spine tips on the spine and blah blah blah, and just couldn't get it. Amazing Spidey 266. I didn't have to do much work with this one. I think I gave it one press and let it sit for 2 weeks and then sent it in. And the press held up really good. 266, $80 value, US. Amazing Spidey 272. 9.8. What do we got here? I think it's $80. Amazing Spidey. Yeah. $75. In December 18th, somebody managed to get this for $35 at a 9.8. Can you believe that? I remember looking it up. You could probably see it. Go look it up. It was an auction. It was a bid war, a very minor bid war on eBay, and somebody picked it up for cheap. It sold January 14th. It sold for $75 US. The direct edition at a 9.8. So yeah, if you know what you're doing, there can be money made on these comics. Amazing Spidey 314. I took a video of this previously. I think I posted it. That is sharp 9.8. Blah blah blah. And I got the 9.8. Amazing Spidey 314. Todd McFarlane art. Amazing Spidey 314. Where are you? There it is. $125. December 27th. Okay. Very happy with that. Love Todd McFarlane's art, especially when he does the Hulk and Spidey's spiderweb. Amazing Spidey 333. I love the cover on this one. Not much value. It's an $80 book at a 9.8. I love it. I had to grade it. It was crispy, so I sent it in. Got the 9.8. Yay! I think I tried one before. And did it get rejected or 9.6? I can't remember. There's a lot of black on the cover, so it's pretty hard to get the 9.8. The back's easy, but yeah, a lot of black on the cover. I don't know what the census count is on that. X-Men 256. Again, this came from that X-Men collection. A lot of high-grade books. I remember about 20 years ago, I rented a table at an auction, and I was selling some of my comics, and I let go of some of the old X-Men that I had, and they were pristine. But I asked $40 each for them to the guy, and he pulled out his list. He's looking on his list, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I need that. I'm like, those are crispy copies. I need a premium price for him." He didn't argue. He just kicked out the cash and bought them. It was pretty amazing. X-Men 256. Where are ya? I thought I had these in order. Yeah, there it is. $80. $100. It's up 20, I think. This is one of the ones that is coming up in value on eBay sales. 9.8. Beautiful. It's a nice cover. I love it. Another Wolverine 50. I'm running out of the 9.8s on my Wolverine 50s. I picked up about 20 of them when I was a kid. That was the most multiple books of the same one that I bought when I was a kid. I got them for like... The comic store was going out of business. And he had a big stock of Wolverine 50s, and I thought that... The claws on the cover, I thought that was so cool, so I just went nuts and bought a whole bunch. Wolverine 50s, $80.
Monday night. Nerdy Girl Comics rated with a party of 108. Absolutely blessed.
Go away.
Blessed. Thank
And last but not least, Daredevil 183. $70 value. I bought this at the Comic Con for about $15. Pressed it, sent it in, and I got the 9.6. $70 value. US. So there you have it. I'd like to go through the 3 that got rejected, but I can't remember what they were, and I'm not going to dig them up. It's nothing special. We're going to go with some other talk. So yeah, again, I'm grading these low value books first to get practice, to see if I can get the more expensive books graded at a high grade. I'm not talking the 9.8s because it's super hard to get the 9.8, but the books are valued so much that you got to get them graded to get a half decent dollar for them. If you have any of these kind of books at a 9.0 or even 8.5, you should really sit down and think, how much can I get it raw? How can I prove the grade? And are you going to get the right value for it? So if I sold this on eBay, what am I going to get? $100 maybe? This is X-Men 141, Days of Future Past. I think it's the first part of the storyline, something like that. But it's a hot book. It's worth a good $2,000 at a 9.8. Here's another example. This is my buddy's. He brought it to me to see if it needs pressing and can it get the 9.8. It's condition wise, it's a 9.8 potential. Maybe a 9.6. Let's just call it a 9.6 for arguments. But it's a high-grade book. This book is the first appearance of Sabretooth, and in Deadpool 3, they're going to decapitate Sabretooth. It made his first appearance through the roof. This book, the back's dirty, so it needs heavy cleaning. Do I want to do that? I don't know. We have to sit down and I know a few pressers, at least 2 pressers. We're going to have to sit down and talk about this book. This is $2,200 easy US on eBay at a 9.8. Here's another hot one. G.I. Joe versus Transformers. there's talk about the next Transformers movie. G.I. Joe's going to team up with the Transformers. That should be super cool. It made this book pretty hot. First, number 1. It's a 4-part miniseries, so this is number 1 in the 4-part. G.I. Joe and Transformers, number 1. I was going to send this one in, but it's got a little bit of foxing, ever so small in the back. So if you guys are collecting comics and you're storing them in the garage, that's a bad move, because during the winter they'll freeze. During the summer they'll sweat, and the summer's the worst because the heat will make the ink bleed onto the backing board. It could also bleed inside the comic, so your comics should be stored at a proper temperature. I prefer in the bedroom or in a closet inside your place. Don't store them outside in the garage. My buddy's doing that right now, and I keep bugging him every day, like, get him out of the garage, get him in your house. You could have rats or who knows what, go and have a nice light snack on them, or the summertime, they'll bleed. Here's an Omega Men number 3, another one. Again, my friend asked what grade this was. I pressed it. I gave it a 9.2. All because of the corner chip. And there was something else, ever so minor foxing inside, so I gave it a 9.2. But the press came out nice. He had a long crease on the bottom, and he's my buddy, so I pressed it for free. It was super easy. It only needs one press. And the corner, it's the same as my Omega Men 3. It's got chipping on the corner. So there you have it. My latest submission is... I'm going to have to double check my first submission. Maybe I broke her personal record. But the total value of this latest submission is $2,100. Around there. Minus or plus $20. We're just going to call it $2,100 US. And it cost me about, I don't know, let's say $600 US to grade. It includes shipping. Let's go $650. So if I sold these 25 books raw online, I'd probably get we got 25, maybe 250. Let's say $400. I would get $400 raw for these books if I sold them raw. You spend the $600. That's $1,000. Well, sorry. You spend the $600. It turns that $400 collection into $2,000 collection. I know it's $2,100. Let's just call it $2,000. Make it easy math. So it turns that $400 collection into $2,000, but you got to spend $600 to do it. So that's a $1,000 profit if I do my math correctly. So there you go. And these are the low value books. You do that with high value books. You can see where I'm getting at. So I don't know. It's hard to make these decisions for a lot of people. You know, you got to get the 9.6 or the 9.8. But, you know, if you get this at a 9.0, it could be worth an $800 book. You sell it raw, can you get $800 for that? Dirty back? I don't know. What about Days of Future Past? If I get a 9.0 at that, it could be worth $600, $800. I'd have to look it up. I could be wrong. But if I sell that raw, what am I getting? $150, $200? You see where I'm getting at? So you got to sit down and really think about these expensive books, if you're going to send them in or not. After press and iron. See, the thing is, I press my own books. But because I'm getting these 9.8s, I'm ironing the spine first. I'm ironing the spine first, then I'm pressing it. And it helps. It helps the press do its magic. If you don't do that, you won't get those spine ticks out. You won't get them out that good. You won't get them out, period. It won't flatten them. And then, like, you send it to a company or whatever to get to get pressed, and then you send it in to get graded, and you get the 9.6 or the 9.4 or the 9.2, and you're like, well, what the hell's going on? Why is that guy getting a 9.8 and I'm getting a 9.4, 9.2, or 9.6? Well, that's because they're not ironing everything out, the spine ticks. And I iron them. There's my trick. So you can use a pillowcase or a bed sheet, a worn out one, of course, and that way you can even go like this on the comic, and it won't scratch it or damage it. That's like smooth, beautiful. That's like a buffing machine. I use this on my remote control airplanes when I recoat them, and it comes out to a marble finish like a brand new car when I put the new monocoat on, the new covering on the airplanes. It's up there. I'm not going to drag them down. I got to play with the microphone and stuff, and then it's just a big headache. So you see where I'm getting at, right? That's why you gotta sit down and think before you send it in. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos on people getting 8.5s and 8.0s and 7.0s and 9.2s, and they're like, what? What the hell, CGC? It's not CGC's fault. It's your fault because you're not pre-screening your books properly. It's hard. Like, I've done a lot of mistakes myself. Don't think, I'm any better. I might be doing pretty good, but I'm doing new books. Like, I'm doing books that I bought brand new, right? And I just kept them in good shape. So I'm kind of getting lucky because of that. It's doing, like, one press is done. I'm getting easy work. Of course, some of these other books, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I do a lot of work on these books that already had the pre-existing spine ticks, but like this one, I think I just pressed it and sent it in. I didn't have to do any iron work. But anyway, a lot of these books, I'm getting the 9.8s because I bought them. I bought them new, and I kept good care of them. And that Spidey right there is a prime example. I didn't buy that new, of course. I wasn't even born when this was out, but I just happened to find some nice, good shaped books. Gonna have to send that in. $2.99 at a 9.8. This could be worth a lot of money. So I think that's all I have for today's show, and if you have any questions, leave a comment, because I got a lot of free time nowadays and I'm getting quite bored, so I need something to do. I need to have some comic chat, keep me going. It's hard to keep motivated on this hobby. So I'm out. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. See you later.